Okay, now the region which we have to cut. Okay, so the region, first of all, the region which I am going to darken, that region will be removed, cut and removed entirely. So this triangle will be removed and this triangle will also be removed. Okay, so you have to cut on this line and disconnect this triangle. Okay, that is fine. Now what you have to do is take this center line over here, and over here we need to do a full cut. Okay, so I'll denote a full cut using a black triangle. Okay, so black triangle, full cut. Okay, that means this has to be cut and divided into 2 halves. Okay, now when you turn it around, you'll see this side of the triangle. Mark this point, and from it you can create an angle bisector or a 90-degree line. It should be 90 degrees with this. Same here, make 90 degrees with this. So now that you have 90 degrees here and 90 degrees here, completely perpendicular lines, this line has to be cut. And this line has to be cut as well. Remember, all of these are full cuts. Okay. Now, after you've done the full cut, in the lines that we had darkened in the previous video that I had showed you, those ones will be half cuts, which means you'll take your knife and run it gently through the sunboard. Make sure to not cut the sunboard completely, so much so that there's only a small ridge on it, and when you bend it, it doesn't break into 2 halves. It's still connected, so it becomes bendy like this. This is a half cut, this is a full cut. Okay, so I'll denote a half cut using a scissor. Okay, so this line will have a half cut, 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 and then this one and this one. Okay, these are all half cutted lines. Now what we'll do, in this last part over here, this is the only remaining one. This will be one full cut. Okay, so now we know all the full cuts and all the half cuts where we have to go. Now what we will do is that we will simply take this line over here, these two, and we are going to simply, as you can see over here, this isn't a completely straight cut, it's actually bent over here to make it bend like this. So I would say that comparing to this, since this was a 30-degree line, we can also cut this in 30 degrees. So 30 degree, 30 degree, and this should also be a full cut. So because of this region will be removed and this region will be removed. Finally, your shape should look just like this. Now this part will be completely detached from the shape. All you have to do is take any piece of tape and attach it like this. Okay, just attach it like this. The reason I'm doing this is so that this one can move much more freely compared to them, because anyway when we are making the unit which will look something like this, we are going to be using super glue to glue it all together. So we're just using this, so we could modify it if later in the process we find some issue with it, so we could easily fix it out. Okay, so that's it. For now we're just using masking tape. We're not using glue right now. Do not use glue. Only in this part, when you cut it, just use masking tape. Glue we will use when we get all the units together finally. Okay.